Alright, we're rolling.
Yeah, you rolling?
No, we're going.
All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America, which is Babylon and spiritually Babylon and Egypt in the scriptures. But first and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the others at GMS and the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. So yeah, we're here proclaiming that the Lord, the Most High, is a so-called black man. You know, which these churches, they push out that he's white, he's got long hair, he looks effeminate. You know, he's got a soft voice, he's soft-spoken, and that the people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the chosen people that the Most High has chosen, the Israelites, not those people in Israel right now, those so-called Jews, which they call themselves Jewish, which the ish being you're kind of something but you're not. You know, you don't say like I'm hungry-ish. That's you're kind of hungry. You're not really hungry. So they're not really the real Jews. They're Jewish. They just proclaim, try to act like they are, but they're not. The so-called Jews are from the tribe of Judah, which are
This 1 Corinthians 11 and 14, it says, does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him?
Yeah, so having long hair, it's a shame. You know, that's a woman's trait. A woman's supposed to. Yes, so the way that they portray him, you know, in the depiction, they put him with long hair, so he can't have long hair because that's contrary to the scriptures. And Esau puts him like that, you know, to make him effeminate. You know.
It's Revelation chapter 1, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which the Most High gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Now I'm going to jump to the point. This is verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Go back to the clothing garments.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Yeah, clothed with a garment, like what we're wearing. And so this represents our ancient apparel that we would wear back in those days, those times, and the fringes represent the law, statutes, and commandments. So we're here dressed in our ancient raiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what is Zion? Monument. So we're a monument of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Shai. We're a memorial of the nation of Israel. Right? That's why we wear these. Right? Because we're coming back to our heritage, which the heritage of the Israelites is the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Shai. And so when we dress like this, it's because when we're representing the Lord, we want to represent him properly and respectfully, as he deserves to be represented, because we're representatives of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Shai on the earth, as spokesmen, as ambassadors, all right, to our own nation, also to the heathen nation.
That's why in Genesis where it says that, and the powers made them like unto the likeness of the power, was us being fashioned to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
What proves that is when Yahweh Shai says, I've come to do the will of my Father, which is what? I never told you in the scripture, I came not to do away with the law of the prophets, but to fulfill them all. So he came in the image of his Father, which the scripture, you know, Yahweh Shai is the embodiment of the image of the Most High, his word.
Yeah, this is Judges 5 and 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel, then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
And that's what we're doing. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. You know, we're here in Babylon. We can't be perfect. Everything here is wicked. All the people, all the philosophies of this world, everything is defiled. You know, we can only rehearse the righteous acts. We can't be perfect. Plus, we're in this flesh. This flesh always wants to go off. You know, our flesh is contrary to the spirit. And we want to try to be in the spirit as much as we can, because that's pleasing to the Most High.
Verse 14 in Revelation 1:14, it says, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Yeah, his hair was white like wool. Well, who has woolly hair? The so-called African Americans. You know, they got that thick, woolly, curly hair. You know, so that's Esau. Esau doesn't have that. A white man, a so-called white man has
so-called straight hair.
You got leprous hair.
Yeah, kind of.
Because when it talks about in the scriptures. Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is I'll just get to the point. This is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 29. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even a leprosy upon the head or beard.
Yeah, so Jake will have hair like this brother, and he can catch that leprosy and his hair start turning blonde. Okay, and that's what that means. His skin start losing its pigment. All right, that's what Esau has. He has clean leprosy. He comes out leprous. All right, from birth.
Which is a curse. And nowadays you got Jake that'll put that on as if it's something holy, as if it's something great to be seen. Now to the world, because hey, the world is enmity with the Most High, but Yahweh, he's looking down, Yahweh shy, the angels, and they're disgusted at the things that you Jakes are doing. Dyeing your hair its color blonde. But that was actually a curse, like the brother pulled out. It's in the law of Leviticus that it'll start with a scab, and you'll see the hair will start turning blonde. You know, or even blue eyes. You got a lot of our people that inject their babies with some kind of dye to change their eye color, which is going on. Now you can go to the hospital before your baby's born and already modify what the Lord has created to spawn. Yeah, all that shit, man.
And don't get it twisted. Just because someone looks white doesn't mean that they're of Esau. You know, there's Israelite foreigners. You know, like this brother right here. You know, you read people through the spirit. This is a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
This is not a physical thing. It's spiritual.
Real quick, if I may say, you know, because you make the point. You know, you got brothers that look like Edomites, but they're still cursed. Like brothers like me, we're cursed. In the sense of our flesh, this is a curse. So this is, and you got to recognize that this is not a nice thing. You know what I'm saying? This is sickness. It's a disease. You know?
Well, even Esau knows that. That's why he'll be trying to tent. You got the Edomite women that be going in tents and all, telling themselves that they're foreigners and shit. Even they know that. Why? Because they're the only nation of people that don't have a pigmentation. So then they try to reach out and re-grasp that melanin, man. That's why Esau was breeding with the Canaanite women, man. Okay, not only to piss off his parents, but because he wanted that melanin. That's why he was always trying to pop Jake's woman, trying to get that melanin. And then even as far as you go to the Northern Kingdom, you got a lot of Israelites from the Northern Kingdom, so-called Latinos and Native Americans, that actually, a lot of them look like Edomites, man. You go to places like Brazil where there's Asher, there's a lot of them out there, man. You got blonde hair, blue eyes. Or looking at Justin Timberlake, for example. He's supposedly a Ghetite. You know what I mean?
So it's like concerning the yellow thin hair, that also proves that so-called Jesus Christ is not the true image of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and also it talks about that in the book of Matthew, 24th chapter, they're preaching another Jesus. And that's the Jesus that you people believe, going back to Serapis Christus. You know?
This is verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace.
Yeah, and this is talking about the Most High's skin color. You know, it has fine brass burned in a furnace, which if you get a penny and you burn it, it's bronze and it turns almost black. It turns darker. So that's describing the color of how.
Yeah, how should I skin color? They both look alike, so the brother wasn't off, but this is specifically talking about Yahushua.
I'll say something. Also, that proves that he didn't have olive skin. You can't get olive skin with polished brass that's burned in the furnace.
Well, there's only 3 colors of olives. There's brown, there's green, there's black.
Yeah, but I'm saying. Like, so, skin of olive.
Olive tone.
Yeah, but when you think of it, you think of a Middle Eastern type of.
You think of all of it light.
They're light, very light skin and brown. You know, but he had very dark skin.
Yeah, it says, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
Yeah, he had many waters. He had a very powerful voice, a very deep voice. He wasn't effeminate like Jesus Christ, so-called, that they portray in the movies.
I got
Well, even when he spoke, the demons, everybody was surprised because this man has such authority that even the demons listened. So this Yahushua wasn't just a regular guy. Okay, I remember he had a bitch nigga LSA a few years ago talking about how you don't need to worship Yahushua, you need to worship the Most High. But in the scriptures all throughout, it says that Yahushua was worthy of worship. He is worthy of praises. Okay, now he's sitting at the right hand of the Most High. But you got guys like that that'll tell you, oh, you don't need to worship Yahushua. Worship Yahweh and Him only, when it's not true. Yahushua said there's only one way to the Father, and that's through me. So you have to worship Yahushua in order to worship the Father. There's an order. Just like we give praises on the earth to earthly men, our apostles and elders, that is a form of worship, man. The word worship simply means to praise, or to be worthy of praises. You know, so there's an order within everything. It's a circle of life, like Lion King tells you, man.
I was going to say, just like in those movies where you have a king and he's about to succeed his rulership to his lineage, his son. Now, do the people of the kingdom, do they hate the son or do they honor the son as their king? Do they worship him? You know? Some of them do. You know, some of them do, but the majority of the time, you know, a king's son that is a prince that is the heir to the throne, you know, the people are going to obey him, you know? They're going to worship him. They're going to give him his right respect.
Well, there's a scripture that actually says that Yahushua is meant to be worshipped as the Father. I got Ecclesiastes 3:1. Oh, here's this too. This is Matthew 7:28. And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Which is backing up Revelation when it says his voice was as the sound of many waters.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried from the chief place of concourse and the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning. How long, simple ones, will you love This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets.
Yeah, that's what we're doing out here. We're out here telling you the truth, the complete truth of the scriptures. You know, this is true wisdom, not the wisdom according to this world. You know, you go to university, they teach you nonsense, they teach you bullshit. But this is the true wisdom of the world. So like, not of the world. This is the spiritual, the only wisdom.
It says she cried from the chief place of concourse.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Chief place of concourse. You know, out here, there's people around.
In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
Yeah, that's these people. Simple. All these people. Just simplicity. Doing the same shit every day, every week. Go to work, wait till the weekend, get drunk, party and bullshit. Simple. Simplicity.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Yeah, they scoff. You know, look at us. Who are these dudes? Look at wearing dresses. You know, that's what they say.
And fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, they hate knowledge. These people know nothing about knowledge. They're simple.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Yeah, that's everybody, that's all these people. We're telling them the truth, you know, and they don't want to receive it. But ultimately, it's up to the Most High to wake people up. It's not up to us. We're not trying to convert anybody. You know, it's all to the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
All right, this is Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall come. This is great. Okay, the Most High, He's going to put His spirit, so you're going to have certain individuals, even these heathens. You know, they're going to be having dreams about prophetic endings, prophesying, putting dreams up, you know. Even our people, even the handmaids, the sisters, you know, the Israelite sisters, they're going to be having
that
dreams.
Girl, remember the video of that little girl? And she was
like, yeah, he's coming.
He's coming.
Yeah,
She was shook, man. She was screaming like she was dying, man. Like she was getting eaten by a fucking alligator.
Yeah. Because that's the Most High pouring His spirit upon all flesh, man. Because everybody has, well, now I won't say everybody, but I'll say minority of the people feel like they're in the end of days. You know, you think the majority? Because some of these people are just lost in sauce. You know? I said, so. But yeah. Everybody's having these visions and dreams about what's in the scriptures, man, concerning prophecy.
I think what you were trying to say was that only a very small amount of people actually understand or even have the notion that they're in the end times right now.
Yeah.
And you know, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is helping push that image by putting the spirit on certain people to dream dreams and to be able to prophesy and to be able to expose certain things, bring things out. You know what I mean? To further push that vibration out there of seriousness. All right, because what Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 is talking about how he brought judgments upon the heathen little by little, giving them room for repentance, so that when we judge that we should have mercy as Yahweh Hashem Yahushai clearly has mercy, man. And you see judgments happening all the time, but they're not on a grand scale just yet. But you got mass shootings, you got the homeless population rising, you got jobs being destroyed, entire businesses going out of business. All right, the economy is breaking down. You got people just lying on the streets, totally destitute, completely disenchanted, I'll say. All right, and so Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is making it known. He's making it clear that this is the end of this society. It's the end of this world. To push that serious vibration out for those that are going to catch the understanding. All right, because what are we? We're fishers of men. All right, the bait is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. All right, the bait is trying to open Jake's eyes to the fact that this world is crumbling. Man. The Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is actually visiting the earth for all the iniquities that have been done therein. All right, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the one that annihilated Egypt, is coming back to annihilate America. All right, and so we're fishers of men. We're out here bringing out this understanding, like Proverbs 1:20 said, wisdom cries from the streets. Man, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not at closed doors. He's out on the streets warning the people, telling everybody, look, all right, this time of simplicity is almost over. Pretty soon you're not going to be able to enjoy the things that you enjoy in this society. All right, you're going to be out here looking stupid as hell, man. Not going to have no food, no water, no place to live. All right, not a pot to piss in, man.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, hear these things and understand them. It's important that you understand them and that you believe in them. All right, what does Hebrews say? It says, you in order to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you have to believe that He is. Hey, when Moses said, "What is your name? What is your name?" so that I can go and tell Israel what your name is, he said, "I am that I am." Now, really think about what because the Most High when He says things, it's hard hitting, it's heavy hitting. He don't say things just babbling. He says things and it means something. All right. When He told Moses, go and tell them, I am that I am, He was saying, I am that I am. You know, like, this is that Yahweh Shai, this is that Micah, this is that. He said, I am that I am. I'm the one, I'm the guy, I'm the true God. I'm the God of your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, the one that promised them the land, the land where He sojourned as a stranger, that I would give you all of this land, promise it to your seeds. I am that I am. All right, He was saying, watch, man. You tell them, you show them these signs, and these people, they're going to listen to you. That's what we're out here doing. We're out here waking up the elect, because the elect are going to hear this word and they're going to understand it. They're going to know that okay, that is that He is, man. That is Yahweh. That's the God. It's the living God, man. All right, the Bible is the truth.
It says, behold the word of Yahweh Shai, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom Yahweh Shai spake.
Yeah, receive it. Because everyone that rejects this truth is going to be destroyed. All right, you're going to be caught up in destruction. So don't believe the gods of this world. All right? Jesus Christ is one of the gods of this world, man. But a lot of people are trapped up in that doctrine of the so-called white man, which that's old news, man. That's an old, burnt out, wicked doctrine. Now the new song is being sung. So you got to understand this gospel, man. This is the truth. This is the good news, man. All right? The apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the brothers on down out here in these camps preaching the Bible in its entirety, we're the bearers of good news, man. All right? We're bringing tidings of peace to Israel. For those that can hear it, those that have ears to hear and eyes to see, man. For those that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua imparted wisdom.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Hey, the plagues draw nigh, and everything's drawing closer and closer. Just like when you watch that movie Jaws, you knew the shark was coming Because it would go da 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 da, and the shark would bite you.
I think it called the climax.
It was like the buildup, you know, and then it would get to the climax, it would get to that drop, and the shark would come and bite motherfucker's head off, man. You know? So that's what you're seeing right now with all these wars, rumors of wars. That's the buildup. Yahweh Shai spoke about all these things in Matthew the 24th chapter. That's the buildup. That's the da-da. 2nd Ezra 9. Measure thou the time diligently, see? So these scriptures, they all add up. It's a mock, man. It's math. It's perfection. Okay, go ahead.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringing forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
Yeah, they slack not a moment. Because once them contractions start, they start. You know, when my woman was pregnant, I was in the hospital with her when the contractions started. When they started, she knew. She started feeling them. And then they kept coming and coming. And then they got closer and closer and closer. All right? Yahweh Shai is doing this, all right, because he's waking up his people, man. All right? So if it's not the first contraction, it's the second, it's the third, it's the fourth, it's the fifth. Brother's going to keep on waking up. The more severity that goes on in the earth, the more it's going to slap people into reality, man. Until that climax, when great pains take a hold of the woman, all right, which is the earth. Because it says in the scriptures that the earth is going to be rocked to and fro as a drunkard, man. All right, and these nations are going to be beat to powder. Go ahead.
Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn.
The plagues are not slack. The world is already mourning. Look at the fucking Amazon, man. Look at the ocean.
I said the Amazon was heavy, bro. Because that's what 20% of the world's oxygen.
Yeah, man. You get that's the lungs of the earth.
Yeah. They said the lungs of the earth.
You turning the earth into a goddamn 20-year smoker, getting cancer and shit. The earth is a living being, man. All right, it's self-cleaning. It's like a fucking vagina, bro. It cleans itself. It's maintaining. But you got a disease on the earth, which is Esau Edom. Just getting all kinds of candida up in there, overthrowing all the good bacteria, man.
Like that movie Avatar.
Yep.
Before Esau came and trying to mine the precious metals and destroy everything.
Esau's greedy ass.
You know, everything was how this planet was supposed to be. Everything coexisting, equilibrium. You know, every being knew its role in its place, and they lived in what?
Harmony.
Harmony, man.
Live in harmony.
Don't nobody live in harmony in America, man.
No, everybody's bugged out.
This kingdom is divided, man.
Everybody's bugged out because Esau can never have enough. He wants to start a mine, and then the mine becomes as big as fucking Texas, man. And he never stops digging. Dig his way down to hell, man. Fracking. He wants oil. He can never get enough oil, man. He can never get enough. Hey, Solomon said, "Give me that which is meat for me." You know, if you got a kingdom, you take enough from the earth to sustain your kingdom. You don't just keep on taking and building up, destroying the fucking planet, man. That's what you Edomites are doing.
Yeah, even all these crops, when you go out to the fields where all the food grows, you look at the dirt, it's completely dead. There's no nutrients in it. That's why they gotta spray it with all these fucking chemicals to make all this food grow. This food isn't natural. It's all grown with chemicals.
The reason why is because they don't abide by the land Sabbath.
I was gonna get that right now.
They don't abide by the land Sabbath, so that's the curse that the Most High has put on the land. You know, that's the reason why, just like a cluster of grapes is not at its full strength, because this place is cursed. Just like we're not at our full strength, at our full stature. Even as it says in the Apocrypha, you know, when it talks about how we have less stature than the ones before us, we're not at our full strength anymore. You know, the majority of men can't even bench press, as carnal as it might sound, but two plates of 45 on each side. You know, back in the day, we were mighty men, scaling up walls, killing 800 men with a spear beam.
Well, Israelite men.
Israelite men, you know.
We were way mightier than we still are to this day. Okay, what proves that is you got different bodybuilder groups. And you see that they're way stronger than Esau and these other nations. The main ones that are in bodybuilding is Jake and Esau. You don't see Moab in there bodybuilding. And when you do, that guy's most likely a Jake. You know? But you don't really see Elam or Ishmael in there. Like, get down, it's mainly Jake raw dogging it, and then Esau off that juice, man.
Yeah.
Shooting up all that fucking steroids, man. Souped up. You know? Stupefied, man. And it's like it. There's groups that always bring them out, like Strength Cartel. It's just all Issacharites and some Japhites. And then there's you got Jim Gang, you got C.T. Fletcher, you got which he has Iron Addicts Gym. You got Kelly Muscle.
Yeah, that's good.
You got the Hodge twins. And these are Jakes, man. Who do you got of Esau that's fucking bodybuilding? Who's your idols of bodybuilding? You got that one nigga that eats all day. What's his name? From Canada.
Barney.
Huh?
No, I think Arnold's a fucking stock. He's my man. I think Arnold's a Jake though, man.
Yeah.
He has a lot of Jake problems, you know?
He does, don't he?
And his last name was Black Farmer. And then like his demeanor, his spirit when he was like younger and bodybuilding, he had like the finesse and the swag of the Jake.
He was hella strong.
You know?
Yeah, but nigga wasn't using steroids too. But naturally, he probably was hella strong still. Who else you got that's a mighty man in today's family that's a Jake? Sylvester Stallone is coming out with the final Rambo, man.
Dude,
he's the Italian stallion,
that's
man.
ridiculous, ain't it?
Hey, he looked like he's fucking 40 years old. This nigga's like 70 or something. That's Jake.
Edomite bodybuilder is Jake Cutler.
Jake Cutler, I don't even know the nigga.
Mr. 17.
Oh, but the Olympics, made with steroids, bro.
Yeah.
The Olympics, you ain't competing that motherfucker unless you're shooting up. You gotta have a cycler just to compete in that shit, man. But we're talking about men that are like natural, you know. Yeah, anyways, Jake had a script.
So Exodus 23 and 10, it says,
Let me get this one first. It's about Genesis.
Exodus 23 and 10, in 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. Look at that, man. That's harmony with everybody.
Yes, so every 7th year you're supposed to let the land rest, you know, so they can gather out all those nutrients. And another thing Esau does, he grows the same type of vegetables it's all year round. So every different type of vegetable, they absorb different nutrients from the earth. So they're always growing tomatoes. The land becomes completely void of just that type of mineral, because they're just growing the same thing. There's supposed to be a diversity of growing things, because it becomes like an ecosystem. And you know, growing garlic, you know, onions, you know, things like that keep away different pests. But this demon, Esau, he grows the same thing. Just a field just of olive corn, a field of all just of tomatoes.
Yeah, he's not the Lord curses this. Genesis 4:9. It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Yep, and that's why Esau got GMO. That's why he got all these chemicals. That's why he's spraying chemtrails. That's why he's spraying pesticides all over everything. Right? Because this idiot don't know how to grow nothing, man.
Yeah, and ultimately the Lord cursed him from being able to grow in the earth's fullness. So pretty much the Lord put a blockade between the earth spirit and Esau. And said, you know what, the earth isn't going to produce its full strength for you. Because what differently is Jacob and Esau different? Here it is, Esau learned from the best of the best. He learned from Gad, Jake, how to plant crops and grow in one of the richest continents in the earth at that time. So what was Esau doing wrong? It was just that the Lord cursed his ass. He separated his spirit from anything that could possibly be righteous, man. Yeah, which that's void of judgment. So what does he do? Because it's a reprobate, he uses different chemical-based nutrients, okay? Or there might be non-GMO nutrients, but still he has to use some kind of substance in order to produce a healthy crop. When all we did was just use what we had. Okay. If we had to, we made a compost, which is just worm food, making super worms and just throwing them out there, and then we can get a big old crop. Like they say in the plant world, you know, bigger roots equals bigger fruits. So if you have big ass roots on your plants, you're gonna have bigger fruits. You know, and Esau learned everything he knows from Jacob. Okay. That was just a quick another script to back up the point as of why Esau has to do these things in the earth. Okay.
Yeah, even when they got here and they conquered Gad had to show them how to grow crops, or else they would have died. So they learned everything that they know from Jake. And a lot of these different towns, like that end in field, like Springfield, those were big land masses where Gad would mainly farm. They talk about it in that Lies My Teacher Told Me.
Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die.
Yep. Right now, we're seeing the time to die. This place, Babylon, spiritually to die. You know, there's no life here. All these people are void of any life.
It says, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal.
Yep. Time to kill. You know that's what's going to happen in this place. You know, there you see all these shootings happening. You know, that's to bring in martial law. When these UN troops come in here, they're going to be slaughtering everybody. You know, ultimately that's judgment from the Most High.
Hey, you know what? The brother did a good video. I watched the video last night, and you were going into the Lord bringing them terror on all sides, and made the point that these mass shootings, Yahweh Shemel Shai is bringing terror on all sides with these mass shootings, because now you got people that are afraid to even go to Walmart, man. You know, I was watching a video in New York City. People were all bugged out in Times Square, gathered together, and you see them all just start running in all different directions. There wasn't even no gunshots going on.
It was a motorcycle.
Yeah. So these people are terrified. They're just trying to, like, cringily live out their meaningless, worthless lives, acting, you know, knowing that at any moment some crazy spirit of vengeance can come through with a chopper and light people up.
that also magnifies the scripture where it says they live carelessly.
Yep.
These people are careless. I mean, we see it. For the viewers, look at what's around them, man. Be circumspect. Look at the carelessness of these people.
We were talking about the camp.
You know, because what? People in other places outside America is getting blown up, bombed. You know, you're in fear of getting shot with an AK or getting your head chopped off. These people don't have that fear here yet. Yeah, in little small pockets, there's people getting shot up for mass shootings, but it really doesn't have that fear yet. Because the Most High's he's going to increase the heat on this place, man.
Yep.
Because what it says, Esau shall be as a chased roe. What's going to make Jake try to chase this guy, put him to death, that no man shall take up, or no shepherd shall take up? Nobody's going to help this guy that day. Because, hey, what? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's battle axes and weapons of war is his people. So this devil's going to do something so stupid from being afraid.
Yeah.
Whether that's going and chip everybody, casting us out of our house, putting us. Hey, Most High's going to make a move on this guy, man.
Yeah, because I forget what brother it was who was going into it. I believe it could have been Salaki if I'm wrong. But the brother of war in the Bay Camp, in that lesson I posted up in the chat, he's pretty much saying like, hey man, Esau gonna be getting fucked up by Jake all the way into the mission. Because the Lord has to live up to his word. He can't lie and say, okay, these are my battle axe and weapons of war, and just let Esau just run through them all. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. So he's gonna let Jake fucking handle Esau, man. From the cradle to the grave, man. You know? Esau gonna get fucked up out here, man. Like, there's just so many videos that brothers publish about it. The Lord literally had to upgrade Esau just to fuck with us when we were destroyed as people, man. He had to send the angels to send Christopher Cologne, had to enhance them in war, had to frighten us by signs of the heavens. Because when you read stories, Gad, all the other tribes have accounts when they were about to eradicate Esau, and then something supernatural happened that was spooked them. Like for instance, the tribe of Ephraim, they crept upon Columbus and his men, but then a blood moon happened, and they said, no, something we can't do anything about this right now. You know, something always happens, man. But the Lord is going to take that fear from Jake and turn them against the rest of them. And it's going to happen in our lifetime, man, which is a beautiful thing.
You're gonna have Yahweh Hashem Yahushua standing up for his people, man.
Yeah, Khan, and not to cut you off, Salakia. But I was meditating on this the other day, bro. Like the whole Dragon Ball Z versus the Saiyans versus the Truffles. And I was meditating on it like, man, the Lord really gonna have to turn Jake up because Esau got all this weaponry, all these tanks. How the hell is Jake gonna still be fucking them up? Jake's gonna turn up with that guerrilla warfare. Then you got certain Jakes that were in the military that still have weapons. They got access to these things. You got Jakes that are still in the military that are gonna turn up. Then Esau just gonna get fucked up, man. So that's just stage. We're just telling you what the Bible says, okay, at the end of the day. There is going to be a race war, there is going to be a clash between these two nations, and this nation is going to win, okay? Some people don't believe it, but you're going to see with your own eyes, man. Okay, we're going to hear about it. We're not going to be involved, but we're going to hear about it. We're going to see certain skirmishes take place, okay? And we're going to be like, wow, the Lord is really with his people, man. And it tells you in Zephaniah that he's going to be with his people, as though he did not cast them off. It says they're going to be fighting, slinging stones like mighty men. Okay? It says, and it clearly says in that scripture, they're going to be as though the Lord never cast them off. Read about what was taking place when the Lord was with us, man. Going through whole cities, killing everybody, man. Not having one casualty, man. Go through a swarm of 100,000 people and not one of our side died. The Most High had to be with you, man. Because Because you watch these movies like 300, Saving Private Ryan, all these war movies. There'll be so-called what do you call it when you? There'll be so-called shooting on your own people, man. What's going on?
A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. Yeah, these people are going to be weeping with all this destruction that's coming. It's going to be blind. No more laughing like they are right now. You know, right now they're in mirth. You know, pretending like everything's going to be fine. You know, pretending like World War III is not a couple days away. I'm not saying it is, but you know, it's nearby. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sue. And a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Yeah, it's time to speak. You know, we got to proclaim these things. We got to proclaim the name of our power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, and let people know what's about to fall upon this place. All the destruction, all the calamities that he's bringing. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in wherein he laboreth? I have seen the travail which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai hath given to the sons of men to be exercised.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Yeah, so we gotta be hot, you know, on fire for the Most High. You know, we can't be cold, fervent.
I would that were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Yeah, so we gotta be on fire for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He's getting ready to bring destruction upon this place. Complete destruction. You know, all this laughter, all these people in mirth, it's gonna be gone. You know, so we gotta proclaim the names of our power.
Then when you go into the scriptures also, we're the mouthpiece for the Most High, so to speak. You know, he speaks through his prophets. Now that word spew means to spit. He's going to spit you out of his mouth, meaning he's going to take that spirit away from you. So you can't be that prophet anymore, man. And he's did it many a times, man. Just read the book of Ezekiel, the 21st, 22nd chapter. You know, how the Most High got wroth or mad or angry at Yasha Allah, man, for all the things, all the wickedness that they were doing and how they were profaning the Sabbath and so on and so forth, man. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Yeah, cause so when you're you have things that you want in this world, you forget the name of the Most High, but that's not what we should do. You know, you forget to praise Him, even when you have things that you want.
Yeah, like when you get something to eat.
Yeah, cause you put off the Lord, you know, from day to day. You know, so we gotta praise Him constantly.
What is it, settled on your knees?
Yeah. Which settled on your leaves, what that's talking about is to be settled on your watch.